Houston Real Estate Radio.
Welcome back. You are listening to Houston Real Estate Radio, and I'm your host, Shannon Register, talking with you about real estate information you can use. If you have a question you'd like answered, you can call us anytime, day or night, 281-882-8088. Leave us your question, and we will answer it on next week's show. You can also send us a tweet via Twitter using hashtag HRER. My next guest is David Jarvis. He is the Director of METROSTUDY here in the Houston area, so we're very excited to have him on and get his point of view today. He is a marketing major, and David has over 25 years of experience in the sale, marketing, management, and development of residential real estate, which is a lot of what we talk about here on the show. He's very well respected for his real-world experience as well as his extensive research that he's done, using METROSTUDY's database and conducting extensive research on targeted market areas of specific home builders and developers and lenders. He assists his clients in the development and implementation of marketing and sales management strategies, and really helps out with the housing industry. It's really a great guest for us to have on. METROSTUDY's not necessarily focused on consumers because they're a business-to-business network for their clients, but METROSTUDY is the nation's leading provider of primary and secondary market information to the housing, retail, and related industries nationwide. So we're very excited to have him on the show. He's won lots of awards and speaks frequently on sales and marketing techniques at industry trade conferences and events, and you may have even read some articles that have quotes from him. So very excited to have him on the show. Welcome.
Thank you, Shannon.
I want to start off with just kind of telling consumers what METROSTUDY is, kind of what you guys do.
We're kind of the Census Bureau for the home building industry. We're the folks that go out and track and count and monitor the starts and closings of the homes, land development, pricing, and then roll that up into a very dynamic database that we then use as our platform to consult back to the land developers, the home builders, and all the banks that lend into the real estate industry.
Really a unique industry that you're in. I mean, the information that you use is, of course, used for your clients, but it's a great information for consumers to feed off of as well.
Well, it is. We're kind of on the wholesale end of real estate where you're on the retail end of real estate.
Right, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about how the company got started. I know it was started years ago, but it was actually started here in Houston, even though it's grown to be a nationwide company. Is that right?
It is. Houston is the mothership. And Mike Inselman or Mike Castleman, our founders, put the company together 35 years ago, and it has grown from Houston to a nationwide footprint. We now survey about 75% of all the new home starts in America. So we have the largest proprietary database from which to consult with our clients. So it's a wonderful service.
Who do you find to be your largest clients? What part of the industry? Is it the lenders, the developers? Who are your largest clients?
It's really split just about into thirds, because if you think about it, you have to have the money. You have to finance the purchase of the land and the development. So those are the first two clients in the chain. And then the home builders need some assistance on what to build, how much to build, pricing, part of town, path of growth, those kinds of things. And then some of the follow-up clients would be the retailers. Anyone who has a need for the path of growth, demographic type information, where should I build a new school, where should I put a new shopping center, we're the guys who can provide that.
And really, you're looking at commercial and residential projects, is that right?
Yes.
So you are really handling a majority of the market. I mean, you're really helping people develop in all areas, all aspects. What about churches as well? I mean, it can be nonprofit organizations too?
We've done some public service type work, population and household kinds of look around for some of the churches who are trying to decide on which one of two or three different sites they might be taking a look at. So we're happy to help them as well.
And so what are some of the actual services that you can provide as far as market studies? What are the things that you guys do?
Really, some of the most fun is when a developer brings a 1,000-acre tract to us and says, what should this grow up to be? And we get to help them land plan the variety of villages for the homes and the work centers, retail, shopping, really from the ground up. That's
you kind of
really
get to master plan it.
Yeah, along with them. That's
Yeah.
right.
So, and some of that is figuring out the highest and best use for the property as well.
That's right. We're the guys who sort of provide the revenue side of things. What is the future demand for housing on that 1,000 acres? And that helps direct a lot of what happens.
And you're even helping them before they purchase that 1,000 acres, looking at the land acquisition. Is this going to be a productive piece of land? Is this where you need to be as far as road construction and what's projected for the future? Is that right?
Oh, yeah. It's really, that's the time for us to get involved to help the client from literally the ground up. No pun intended.
What about mergers and acquisitions? Do y'all help companies that are thinking about exiting industries and entering industries and consolidating?
On the real estate side, we do. We've worked on due diligence teams several times when large tracts of land or even master plan communities were acquired, and that was an awful lot of fun.
So the best place really for the consumers, which are our listeners, to get this sort of information, where would you say is the best place for them to go? Because your website isn't really for their use so much as it's for your clients, right?
That's right. Our website is more of a electronic brochure, and we are, like you said, a B2B or business-to-business kind of an operation. We are quoted quite often in Wall Street Journal, Houston Chronicle, and the HBJ, Houston Business Journal, and just watch for our name to pop up in the news. We try to be very, very consumer friendly at that level, so we hope folks appreciate what we have to say.
Well, I actually have an article here. It came from your blog on your website, and it's talking about the master plan community of Wood Forest. And Wood Forest just seems to be a booming development right now. And actually, you have some quotes in the article. So tell us a little bit about what you think about Wood Forest and where it's going and what's happening right now, because it just seems to be booming.
Wood Forest is a beautiful, beautiful community. That's a Johnson community. Virgil Yoakum is the general manager on site, and Virgil has just done an outstanding job of using a pretty piece of land, maintaining the trees, having a really friendly, curvilinear approach to the development. It's not a grid pattern. It's a very exciting neighborhood, and he keeps adding new and exciting amenities. If you haven't seen Wood Forest, you really ought to go take a look.
The amenities are interesting. They have the Bark Park, which is the cute name for the dog park, and then they've got the aquatic center. You don't find a lot of neighborhoods that have aquatic centers. Just a lot of unique amenities. And when we're coming out of a recession, you don't necessarily think of developers really going out and building all those amenities, and they really have moved forward and continue to build the amenities along with the community.
Oh, yeah, they have. The Johnson development has not held anything back in terms of investing in the future for the homeowners there in Wood Forest. I
was actually at a meeting yesterday, and the mayor of Conroe was there, and he was talking about how much Conroe is just booming right now. Used to everyone saying how great the Woodlands was, how big the Woodlands was becoming, and the Woodlands is almost built out now. And so Wood Forest seems to be taking on the next lead of that, and really the most active community right now in Montgomery County when it comes to growth.
No, that's absolutely right.
What do you think about the growth that's taking place, not only for Conroe, because Conroe does seem to be booming, but the Spring area is really picking up as well because of Exxon, the projections for Exxon coming in. What do you think about that? Because we already have a lot of traffic coming through I-45 and on Friday afternoons especially. What do you think about that Exxon coming here and how things are going to have to change to accommodate?
I like what Exxon was able to accomplish with the counties to help advance the construction of the Beltway Parkway and the toll roads and get them put in. I mean, it's now under construction from I-10 all the way around to the Exxon site and even over toward 59. So in the next few years, a lot of new concrete, a lot of new access. And I think it's nice that the Exxon folks worked so hard with the counties to get that infrastructure put in and time it along with when they're going to start to bring in their some 10,000 employees.
I do think that's important. I agree with you. On Wood Forest, it wasn't until they finished all the infrastructure and finished that Fish Creek and the building of the roads that finally started bringing in people, and that's when the housing out there really picked up. So I'm hoping that as they make way for new roads, the Grand Parkway and different things, that it is going to help with the housing market as well.
Oh, sure, and you're right. The roads leading into Wood Forest, 1488 is a great road today.
Absolutely. Well, we are going to be right back after this commercial break, and we're going to talk a little bit more with David Jarvis from METROSTUDY and find out a little bit more information about what's going on at the national level and the Texas and local level on the economy when we come back.